welcome to me too. My name's Marge. I'm a okay? Empath. And I just like having these little talks and the way I feel about things. I'm always feeling a kind of way. I just went for a walk. Not quite 2 miles, I don't think. But I striked. I wasn't a stroll. I was striking. I wasn't strolling. And with all this energy, just have all this energy. I don't know what to do with it. Sometimes I gotta walk it off. You know, I've always been a walker. And then I see other people that are walkers, and then I'm just like, man, these are just people that have a lot of energy and nothing to do. They're just like little rats on cages, you know. And I get frustrated because I'm like, well, why can't you do anyway? I don't need to get into that. So I walked up to the flower shop and was trying to dial into nature as much as I could, look up, you know, because there ain't freaking nothing really much on this world worth looking at. You know, I don't like Teslas, and I don't like big stupid trucks, and I don't like freaking a lot of stupid crappy stuff that other people like looking at. I never have. I always just want to be in nature, you know. And the world just keeps making nature smaller and smaller. People like me are more and more uncomfortable, you know. I don't know, at one point, it's like, how much can one person take, you know? Trying to look on the bright side of frickin' shit for 45 years, you know? It gets old, trying to just always telling yourself, oh, it's gonna get better, it's gonna get better. Well, you know, frickin' faith without works is dead, and evidence is dead, you know? And I know I always hear stories about things are working behind the scenes, you know. And I believe in that. I just freaking want people to become accountable, you know. I got to watch freaking, I liked Hulu's version of whoever did their version of, whatever network. It's all, whatever. The Christmas Carol. Every year they do it. Every year we have a chance to live less in ego and more in spirit. Every year the world chooses ego. Money stuff. Every freaking year, more and more. Profits are higher, you know. Earnings are more, you know. People, their company got $1 million bonuses or whatever. Good for you. That's so nice. I'm so happy for everyone and all of you that are living the best versions of your life. And if they were to count those on a I wonder how many people are actually doing that. Because I see a lot of people that look like they are, but they're still freaking grossly obese. So how much are you really? You know? You all woke and balanced and stuff like that? Yeah? How much money did you spend on coffee this month? You know? People let their blessings spoil them, and I've done it too. I do it too. I let my blessings spoil me. I remember at one point in time, all I could think about was going, you know, these winters in Nebraska. I have the life that I've chosen. I got everything I asked for. Wouldn't it be nice to just be able to stay home and you know, hang out with the dogs and take care of mom and just not have to deal with the rat race and stuff like that? And then I get it. I have that. I'm living that reality. The thing is I had to trade that for money. I had to trade, because you don't get money for doing this. You don't get money for doing videos and in talking about self-mastery and self-discovery, so that you can recognize the parts of yourself, even the gross stuff in other people, and maybe learn to have some sympathy and empathy for them, because you know what it feels like to feel shitty. Yeah, you don't get paid money for doing that. And I offer services, but people don't want to pay me for those. For some reason, they don't think I'm worth it or something. I don't know. That's so much weird, because I always thought I was somebody in this life. I always thought I was a good person. I always thought that, you know, I was never hot, but I was kind of cute, you know, and I always added to situations, would help people when people needed it. And it's the rest of the world that looks at me like I'm not enough. It's the rest of the world that doesn't offer me wages and pay for what I know or what I can do. You know? Information, it's all data. You know, I spent a lot of time and effort to learn all of the things I know. And I was given a lot of knowledge through my life experience that I never fucking asked for. You know? And the thing of it is more people are having shitty or coming to terms with the shitty experiences that they've had in life. You know? And I'm here to tell, you gotta be your own little ray of sunshine, because ain't nobody else is gonna do it. Every single human being on this earth is gonna come to the point that they're gonna realize that you are alone. You're alone. You come into this world alone. Maybe you'll die with people around you, maybe you won't. There ain't no guarantee. The energies are hard, man. They're not easy. They're here to be the spirit of Christmas past, present, and future. That's what energy is. It's to remind you that when you act like a good person, you feel like a good person. When you act like a D-bag, you're going to feel like a D-bag. And you're going to want to drink, and you're going to want to eat, and you're going to want to spend all your money on retail therapy and do all these things to make you feel good, when all you have to do is not be a D-bag. You know? People have said, you have anger issues, Margie. Marge, you have anger issues. My issues are that I get angry, and I live in a society where people aren't. You know? There's plenty of people that do freaking murderous and dastardly things without displaying any signs of anger at all. Yeah, that's a psychopath. Yeah. Those are the ones I'm worried about, you know? It's funny, and with all the people that said that, oh, Margie, you're so angry, and you're so mad, and you're so angry, and I'm like, it's funny, I've never put my hand on a person or an animal in anger. I haven't done it. And the people that say that I know for a fact that have said, Margie, you're saying you're angry, they in fact have. They're the ones, I don't let my anger out on people and things that I don't. And I'm surrounded by a society, you know how I know that boys hit girls? Because since I was a little girl, I've watched freaking dudes beat the crap out of girls. And I'm not just talking, because we grew up poor, because there's plenty of rich dudes that freaking beat it's an energetic dissonance. Yeah. I'm all about safety and security, and the world is becoming a more insecure place. Right. Because we have a group of consciousness called collective consciousness. For every person on the planet, they have their own consciousness, and if everyone's telling them, telling themselves, oh my God, power, money, security, safety, guns, I need all this stuff to protect myself, because they're listening to outside external bullshit. This is the world we get, and we get the world that we get. And we get puddles of homeless people in this nation, and we get puddles of freaking roaming homeless people in Europe and other nations because, people make more money killing people and for oil and stupid monetary crap because money's all that matters. And then you have the freaking spiritual types like me that freaking don't even want to be a part of society because it ain't worth being. Why, if somebody that is always about truth and values and and honesty and good stuff, where in the world is there a place for like that for us when everybody out there is trying to sell you something, get some, everybody's looking for an opportunity. People, you don't even know who people are because their face is so made up. Women even, your face is so made up and all that makeup that you put on your face to make yourself so pretty and beautiful. The things that they do, they test on animals, and that's just mad science, but they still do it. You still buy it, and all I have to do is ask, so what kind of makeup are you wearing? I know which ones test on animals. Isn't your civic duty to know if the crap that they're putting on your face, that they're cutting, they're mutilating little beagles in labs, universities, hospitals, they all do it, How pretty do you feel now? Revlon? All of them. CoverGirl? I ain't never wore makeup. I never needed it. It's just another mask to me. That's what I just look at stuff like that. When anytime people give us a representation of themselves. Yeah. We do. Just a Vans kid. I like hoodies and freaking comfy clothes, Yeah. Anyway, what else? Christmas Carol, yeah. the spirits are always around, you know. I've always believed in spirits, freaking my whole life. And I look at it as, you know, spirits, entities, ghosts, you know, kids, they freaking see them too. They just keep ignoring it, because when they go tell their parents, you know, there's, you know, and say, hey, you know, grandpa or granny or whatever came to visit, and then the parents are like, no, they didn't, because they've freaking shut off themselves to source. It's where all this spirit and energy comes from. It's just all source, you know. Energy, me. It's like plugging into a big circuit in your house, you know. Only it's the cosmos and freaking. And so kids, you know, and animals, they're tuned in too. People like me are tuned into it, and people have entities that are attached to them, you know, and they get them. You know, you can get entities on all kinds of ways. You go, freaking, just waking up. How many people wake up 2, 3 o'clock in the morning? Wake up and they're just like freaking feeling this like fear. They're just like, oh my, you know, this impending. How many terrible things, you know, bars close at 2 here in the west side, in the west coast, and how many people freaking, you know, 3 o'clock, you know. It's all those tools of manipulation people use, and they call them spirits, you know. It's all that dastardly stuff, you know. People making choices that they wouldn't ordinarily make on both accounts, being people, you know, saturating your energy field and stuff, and then you wake up, and then it's just like, you wake up into that, and that's the spirit of that. The spirit of an evil account freaking goes out, and it can be picked up on anybody, you know, by anybody. How many people, you know, they're just going along in life, and then all of a sudden, you know, they decide they don't want to be with who they're with anymore, and they just go right into ego, freaking call midlife crises, you know. You're like, F everything, I've lived my life how I thought I should, and now I'm not, and I'm just going to be true to me, you know. People go right to ego. Some people go to spirit. Now, I believe more people start recognizing they have a spirit, there's a chance, man, this world could do a complete 180. It could really open up for a lot of people. Or we could go down the course that we've always been, where there's the controllers and the controllees, and I don't know. I guess, I don't know. I'm really hoping that more people grow in their spirit. I really, really, really do, because freaking, I don't think I signed up to incarnate in this lifetime to freaking sit and watch this nonsense, because that's all it is. It's just all a bunch of games. And they're not fun for me. I like games that are, you know, played in the spirit of goodness and goodwill, not so that freaking people have to get paid millions of dollars to do it. It's mediocre at most, but that's just me. I like games more as skill, you know. Always have. Hitting your target, you know, without killing something, stuff like that, you know. Dancing, you know, watching people dance, that's a good game to me, you know. How people can engage and just having conversations is a dance to me, or is a freaking, having good conversations, hearing stories about places where people went and accounts that they saw, and then me sharing and with that too. That's just fun to me, you know. That's more entertaining to me than proposed. That's all I got for now. Hope you have a rad evening. Peace.